motor mounts. This is how I did mine. First, you're gonna wanna loosen the bolts for the top control arms. Not the ones that mount to the frame, but the ones that let it spin freely. Loosen the top bolts for the shocks. And that'll give you, a little room to swing it up and down. Then you gotta come to this side here. It's a little bracket. The little bracket that sit right here that mount to the frame. You gotta take this off. Soon as you take that off, you'll be able to see the mount, which is right there. See the screw on the top and the other screw on the bottom, like right in between the control arm slot on the frame. So you could get the top and the bottom through here once you take this bracket out. But you won't be able to get the mount out unless first you take the steering column bracket that mounts it to the steering, the gearbox off. Make sure you mark it which direction it come all the way down. I got the shaft out easier, like not knocking this part this way, but knocking the shaft that go back into the car to the steering wheel. That way it came out easier. Mark both sides. You need to take the whole shaft, part out. Now, once you take that off, and before you even take it off, get anything you can, tape anything, tie the steering wheel in place. If you don't, as soon as you take it off, it's spinning freely. It'll just throw off your alignment. So that's the point of marking it in the first place. But as you see, once you get that off, you got all this room now. But you still gonna have to drop the subframe, which is a job in itself. So first thing you gonna want to do is get you another kind of jack, put it under the engine, because you're gonna have to, even if you drop the subframe, as far as you can pull it down without actually letting it hit the ground, you still not gonna be able to get the mount out because the screw's so long. And you're gonna have to jack the motor up with that jack far as it can go. Drop the subframe down as far as it can go. I even took, like, it's a bracket that goes to the front rebar right here on the side of the frame. See what I'm at? You probably can't see yours because I got my inner fender out just to reach some of these screws easier. But it's two screws here. Both sides the same. It's always going to be another set in the same spot on the other side. You're going to want to take those out of both sides until there's nothing holding it except for the four main bolts, these big bolts. And once you get those front screws out, this back bracket, and the steering arm I just showed you, same stuff on both sides. I would unplug the harness to the power steering because it got power steering rack and pinion, just so it won't pull or nothing when you let it down, like tug on the wires. Also take loose this little level sensor from the control arm. You don't want it to pull. Take the screws out of any of your brake lines to all of them just loose like this, enough slack. And then I say you'll be ready to pull down. Just crank the four main bolts down slow as you can so you can see in between exactly, how far you going down until you get enough room to pull it out, and then pull it out. Oh yeah, and then you're gonna have to drop the stabilizer bar. You can leave the control arms with a sway bar links on the control arm, but you gotta drop the stabilizer bar down to be able to get enough room to get the mounts out too. Hey,
Hey, hey, can I come back?